rather strange about human psychology. Human beings live in a state of mind called sanity on a small planet in space. They are not quite sure whether the space around them is infinite or not. Either way, it is unthinkable. If they think about time, they find it is inconceivable that it had a beginning. It is also inconceivable that it did not have a beginning. Thoughts of this kind are not disturbing to sanity, which is obviously a remarkable phenomenon and deserves more recognition. The perception that existence exists invalidates the normal personality, as does the imminence of death. Now, if you see that it is inconceivable that anything should exist, it is evident that at least one inconceivable fact is there. That is to say, that which exists is not limited to the conceivable. Since the inconceivable is there, it is impossible to set any limit to the quantity of inconceivableness which may be present in the situation, or where the existence of anything consistently to remind you of the fact of inconceivability. Since it is impossible to live without interacting with large numbers of existing things, it would be impossible for you to feel in the same way about the conceivable. If anyone were reminded about the inconceivable, but the fact of existence at all constantly, you would sooner or later have the perception that there may be inconceivable considerations which are inconceivably more important than any conceivable consideration could be. Now, if you do have a perception that any conceivable consideration may be utterly invalidated by some other consideration which you do not know, and if you are reminded of this perception constantly by the fact that things exist or not, certain modifications take place in the way you feel about things. These modifications have not taken place, however, in the psychology of most people. The starting point is that one becomes interested in the universe. One observes that one is finite and that this is intolerable. One has a limited time and apparently limited capacities with which to find anything out. Therefore, it's possible to despair. There are many orders of despair, and none of them are known to normal psychology. This is demonstrated by the fact that it does not become existential. Normal psychology will never devaluate anything. Existential psychology that leads to a certain point consists of exploiting the recoil from the despair of finiteness. The recoil is a drive with at least the instinctive immediacy of the survival instinct. There is no point in saying, what is there to do? What could such a drive possibly tend towards? The survival instinct tends to prolong life. The fundamental drive tends to inform itself about the universe. Young people wonder how the adult world can be so boring. The secret is that it is not boring to adults, because they have learned to enjoy simple things like covet malice at one another's expense. This is why they talk so much about the value of human understanding and sympathy. It has a certain rarity value in their world.